Today I'm building my dream simulator. After a pretty bad car accident last year that shattered my hip, pelvis, and broke my lower back, most of my ribs, sternum, shoulder, bruised my heart out. You know what? Anyway, yeah. After that accident, I am no longer allowed to drive in fast cars or fun cars for a while. So, my compromise with my wife was simulator.
Yay!
Right? Cool. And I'm just gonna go over what makes up my dream simulator and kind of the parts that I chose, and we'll get started building it and see what this bad puppy is like. First off, for my dream simulator, we'll talk about the computer. This bad boy right here. I went to Micro Center. Then my boys, they hooked me up with this thing. It has a AMD Ryzen 7, so that's a pretty badass. Went with that over the i9. It says better clocking speeds. The guy proved it to me, so we're going with that over the Ultra 9. And then it has the GeForce RTX 5080 graphics card, which is not the top of the line right now, but it's pretty close. You know, it'll get the job done hopefully for the next couple of years. I don't want to be upgrading my PC for a while, so that's kind of why I spent a lot on the PC. And I also want the games that I play to run very well. I don't want my simulator to not be very simulator-like, you know. It also has liquid cooling, 64 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabyte hard drive that's expandable. Let's see what else. I think that's it. Yeah. She's a badass. I'm excited to whip it out and see what it can do. That didn't sound right. I didn't mean whip it out like turn my head out of the gutter. And then the simulator that I'm going for is more of I want to be very versatile. Let's say that. I don't want to be laying down and driving a formula car. I know a lot of people are into that. I want my simulator geared around drifting, rally driving, and kind of just GT, you know, Gran Turismo racing. So more than formula. So it's important that everything is versatile and can handle different situations and I'm not so laid back. My first part to help with that is the Simagic Formula Drift Hydraulic handbrake. This thing's pretty freaking badass, pardon my French. And you get all these different colored little springy doohogs here, and that's out here for you guys. Come on, people want to see you. Come out. Yeah, look at that beauty. Anyway, they give you all those different colorful springs so you can come in here and switch it out. If it seems too bouncy or you want more or less, you know, play action, those got plenty of options. Again, versatile. That's what we're aiming for here. I think I put that in backwards. Oh my gosh, I'm already breaking it. Boop. Boop. I said boop. There we go. Boop. So excited for that. It's very well made. In case you can't tell, it's like aluminum grade CNC work. Even like the cord that they send you it's braided, super nice. Kind of got that L point on it, so definitely well worth the money there as handbrakes go. I looked at a lot of them, and they range a lot in price. You can get them for as cheap as $50, or you can go all the way out and make sure that it actually has hydraulic. And in case you didn't know, hydraulic handbrakes are what we use in cars in real life, so that is pretty much the closest thing that you'll get in sim racing to real life. Next is my gas and my clutch pedal. Well, I mean, it's the 2-pedal set from these guys. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. They're partnered with Mercedes, so you can trust them. Mercedes is pretty fast sometimes. Not this year, unfortunately. But, yeah. The 2-pedal set from them was what I considered the best the best on the market for pedals. I have the best reviews, best longevity, and least amount of issues. So I'll be using the gas as the gas, but I'll be turning the brake pedal into the clutch pedal, which, you know, not always, might not be ideal, but a little bit of fine tuning and both on the computer software and this physically, you can soften it up and everything. I'm pretty sure I can get a good engagement point and turn it into a clutch. Feel like driving around a stage 3 clutch. It's pretty. I've always wanted a stage 3 clutch. Most I've ever afforded is a stage 2. So. Yeah, really excited to be using those, and they look really nice. Next up is my brake pedal, Simucube. Did a lot of research there for like my pedals and everything else. Simucube was definitely top of the line when it comes to brake pedals and all of their pedals. However, their pedal set was 3 months on back order, and they didn't carry it at Micro Center, so got the 2 pedal set from them, and then chose just to get the brake pedal from Simucube as it was in stock. And this thing adjusts itself based on what car you're driving, the conditions of the road. It's the closest thing you'll get to, you know, what it'll feel like to have a real brake, you know? You know what I'm saying. Jeez. But yeah, this thing is supposed to simulate things the best. And Simucube is known for their outstanding production quality. They try to make their things like on point with industrial grade versus commercial or just like personal grade. So it's supposed to last a really long time, take a beating, and keep on going. And my little Logitech simulator I have right now, I have hundreds of hours on it, and it's taking the beating and falling apart. So having a simulator that can last a long time, you know, it's what I'm paying for, really. Next up is the wheelbase. I went with the Simucube wheelbases too. This is the Simcube Pro V2. Again, a lot of their stuff is on back order. They have the V3 out now, and they have like a steering wheel and everything that comes with it. But again, all on back order. So we went with the V2 Pro. Still, that's amazing review. Still has Simcube quality, and it has 25 Newton meters of power or torque. So as far as direct drive wheelbases go, this is pretty much the highest on the market, next to Invidica's Aztec, I don't know if I'm saying that right, wheelbase. However, this one has better reviews. It's supposed to be less glitchy and have more of that smooth, rugged curve, if you will. So, really looking forward to using it. And let's see. This thing is really heavy. I mean, they really make sure they build a quality piece here. And where'd it go? Since I'm not using one of their wheels, I had to get what do you call it? This is an attachment to allow me to connect any wheel to their thing. However, it doesn't allow it. The V2 doesn't have any type of communication with the wheel itself, so any wheel you use, if it has buttons or electronics on it, you have to do a USB conversion. The wheel I'm using is the Fanatec clubsport steering wheel. I chose it because, again, I wanted to be pretty versatile when it came to steering and what kind of cars it could do. I felt like this one I could do GT races with it, drift racing, and rally racing with it without any problems. The next contender up was that Porsche wheel by Fanatec. Really wanted that, but I just can't see myself drifting or doing rally races on it, so I chose this one instead. Yeah, really sturdy quality on this, honestly, like not disappointed at all. Yeah, there. Again, nice aluminum. Nice CNC built aluminum. That shift feels amazing. Just gotta remove these bolts, put on Simucube's quick release, and then, yeah, like I said, I have that USB conversion kit coming. And because these Dobbs and Niles are just, oh man, love pressing buttons, and those are some good feeling buttons right there. Oh, sorry, didn't even see that. Let's see what else. Oh, I just got whatever seat they had at Micro Center at the time. I don't really care. Seat is a seat. However, I did get an HF8 Next Level Racing haptic feedback cushion, if you will. You plug it into the sound, and it has like little vibrating motors in here, so to kind of simulate your car's rumble or the traction being lost, that kind of stuff. Never tried one in real life. I can't wait to see what it feels like and see if it's worth the money. And of course, I'll review everything. It's not like I'm going through and playing here and let you guys know what it feels like. I really didn't, I didn't really cut corners when building this. I tried to get every single piece what I wanted, so I wouldn't have to upgrade later on, or if there was no place to go. This is like, the dream simulator, right? So one thing I don't have yet that's on its way, because they didn't have it at Micro Center, was an HBF shifter. Is it HBF? I can't remember that off the top of my head, but yeah, that one. And the cylinder tube that thing has really, helps simulate what a manual transmission or a manual gearbox would feel like, because the levers in there kind of fights you a little bit. It also switches to sequentials. So, if you just want to sit there and bop, 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 hit the handbrake, downshift back, it's also good for that too. And you can get whatever kind of shift knob you want on it. So, I was kind of excited for that. I'm really excited for that. Did a lot of research for my shifter too, and I didn't want to cheap out or cut corners on that shifter as well. So, this whole simulator should be extra firm. It should feel really tight. It should provide a lot of feedback for whatever I'm doing, and I'm excited to know if that's the truth or if I'm talking out my butt. The chassis I got is a P1x Pro sim racing cockpit. It looks like that. I really went with that one over anything else. They tried to upsell me on kind of like the more formula style ones, but again, that one had a lot of versatility, didn't sit me all the way back, and it's made out of corrugated aluminum, and which allows me to have a lot of things use corrugated aluminum. You can go online, just buy just a little piece of panel of it, so it's more adaptable in that kind of sense. It's easier to repair if it ever breaks, even if the company goes out. In addition, there's a lot of, motion kits, 3DOF, 4DOF, 6DOF, that you can add on to your simulator cockpit to give a motion. And a lot of them, they kind of rely on that corrugated aluminum type of cockpit simulator frame. So this allows that type of versatility when I'm ready to upgrade to full motion, which it is on the agenda. I do plan on doing full motion with this. I'm excited. Again, I'm not allowed to drive anymore, and this is safe, so I'll be spending hundreds of hours behind the wheel of my racing simulator, and just want to make sure everything is as good as it can get. Oh, I know what I'm missing. For monitors, I decided to go with TVs instead. I went with three 55-inch TVs. They were $200 each with 120 hertz refresh rate and 4K. So, you can't really beat that. 3 TVs for $600. And then I bought a stand capable of holding it from Next Level Racing. That was another $300 to $900 for that full kind of surround setup. I looked at curved monitors and other stands, but to get curved monitors, or any type of monitor really, that compared with 4K rate at 120 hertz, the price tag went up. I'd be paying $500 to $800 for one monitor instead of for, the whole setup. So saved a good amount of money there. And honestly, kind of prefer being a little bit farther away from everything. When it's just sitting right up there, it feels a little bit less realistic because it's not often like showing like the windshield. Really, it's kind of like more far back, and it shows. Anyway, yeah. For me, I feel like it feels more realistic when it's a little bit farther away with bigger TVs. But to each their own. Everyone has their own preferences. I also looked at VR. It's kind of made me motion sick, and I didn't find the quality to be really where I wanted. I want it to be kind of more free than that. I don't want the wires and the stuff sitting on my head as I'm looking around. It kind of takes away from, honestly, the realism for me. So, yeah. Well, I guess there's nothing left to do now besides start putting this bad bitch together. Oh, pardon my French, but now that I'm a content creator, do you think it'll work? Let's see. Okay, well, I'm gonna get to work then. I guess we're going to be putting it in the corner of our living room. We don't have a very big house, but whatever. We have a garage that's the same size as our house, but my wife doesn't want me to keep it in the garage. Let it be in here, so it's her decision to keep it in the living room in our small house, just so the internet's aware. I would prefer to keep the racing simulator in the garage where it belongs, but here we are. Anyway, first step, monitor and TVs. Let's get cracking. You know what? No. I think I can use my what do you call this? Yeah, I think I can use my content creator powers. Let's see. Wow. That's bigger than I thought. Where do I have to sit? Back here? Oh. Okay. Next thing, building the chassis. But hang on, let me bring up the sun. Alright. New day. Now that we have the TV stand set up, we're going to start working on the cockpit. This is the P1x Pro cockpit. They don't give you a step-by-step guide like they did with the TV mount. Everything is online, so kind of makes it hard to record and assemble it at the same time. So just kind of bear with me, or maybe we can just try doing the snap method again, but I kind of wanted to show it more. I guess it's not that interesting. I guess we'll just have to do the snap method. Wait. Yeah, let me show you what I'm working with first. I mean, it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, it doesn't look too complicated, right? It's all nice thick corrugated aluminum, so it should be pretty easy to work with. There's not too much hardware, believe it or not. So, online they say it would take about 2 to 4 hours if you're an experienced builder, maybe 6 to 8 if you're not. We'll see how long it takes me. Bam. Glad I didn't have to set that up. That would have been a lot of work. No, just kidding. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, like I said, the instructions were online. You just kind of throw it together. Everything's pretty self-explanatory. There was some like hidden quirks throughout the process. Like I didn't know I needed seat brackets or a seat slider while I was there. There was something else too. Oh, yeah, I needed a special adapter to make steering wheel work. Yeah. And I didn't actually need this piece, but I will, eventually I'll turn it into more of a console type of area soon. So, I mean, it's all learning experience for me, and it's the first one I built. So, but let me show you around this thing. It's been about a week since I've had this thing set up, or since I, put everything together, and it's been a lot of trial and error of fine-tuning everything. I'm not much of a computer nerd, and it's taken me a lot longer on that kind of part than I expected it to. I've been working a lot as well, so it's just time was an issue as well. So this is the time I've finally been able to sit down and actually give a proper final review of it all together. The game that I'm trying out right now is Assetto Corsa Evo and Assetto Corsa Rally. Both of them are like the newest Assetto Corsas. They're pretty fun. Just gotta again fine tune everything. Is like everything from your position of where you're sitting, the bezels, every single one of your buttons, what you want your shifters to do. I wasn't prepared for that whole world. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of experienced sim racers knew that you had to set up everything like that. I had no clue. But everything is all together now. Like my wheel is pretty fancy. Like it. Let's see if I can pull it off here. Like all these buttons work. This one like turns up my turbo, turns up my traction control. This one turns up brake bias. Reset the car, turn on the car. Light button, it's pretty fun. So I got that wheel. Uh-oh, she's mad at me. On discount anyway, so I was pretty happy about it. Still want to get a round wheel so I can practice my drifting. Having this with the square wheel doesn't really make sense, and you can't see that, but it's my shifter, my handbrake. Sorry, not my shifter. And my handbrake doesn't. What's the point of having handbrake with a square freaking wheel, But I'm working on getting a circle steering wheel. Just ran out of budget with everything as we speak. It's been costly. I've gone over budget on a couple things, but it's been well worth it. The amount of feedback I get while driving this is just absurd. Everything shakes. The brake pedal sends out a lot of feedback. This steering wheelbase sends out a lot of feedback, and the seating pad sends out a lot of feedback. So all three of them together as you go over bumps and everything. It just kind of like rumbles the whole chassis. It's insanely fun, I'll say that. Right now I'm on rally. And I have it in sequential mode for my shifter. We'll give her a quick go.